Alright, back to Kentucky Route Zero. Let's see if we can find out what happened to Conway now. Looks like he got taken by the people from the distillery, so. She returned on the dinghy alone. She had a strong and sudden urge to shut the motor off and let the current take her, but she couldn't work out where that impulse came from, so she did her best to resist it. She met a guitar player pedaling a floating bicycle with his dog in tow. He said they took turns. The water was cold, and the floating bicycle, while technically marvelous, wasn't quite buoyant enough for the both of them. Swimming is hard work, the hardest work that dog had ever done, he expected. They'd been traveling this way for most of the night, struggling through the icy water, stopping to recover when they could find a rock large enough to start a small campfire. He had his belongings stuffed into a weathered guitar case at the end of a thin rope. It floated pretty well, so he only had to keep an eye on it and occasionally free it from a rock or some driftwood it was caught on. She invited him to ride a ways on the dinghy. He appreciated the offer, but they weren't in a hurry. She met a painter of shipwrecks. He never worked from photographs, so his paintings could be divided into two categories. There were the ones he painted from life, and the Echo River was a very good source for these because its currents were so unpredictable and the tunnels so dark. He rendered these in oil paint by lamplight, working for hours cross-legged on the porch of his houseboat/studio. Then there were the ones he painted from memory, most of the memory of a single wreck he encountered as a much younger man, picking up litter where the coastal highway cleaves to the rocky beaches of Northern California. These were done in watercolor. He preferred to work on them in the morning in a room he rented near the airport in Louisville. He had some postcard-sized sketches in charcoal, too, of the Iron Pariah. It wasn't a wreck exactly, but it felt right. He tried to scribble one of the God, my reading is horrible today. He tried to scribble one down every time he encountered it, though it was so unpredictable, and he was so focused on details, he usually just ended up with a handful of inscrutable marks. This happens every single time I don't wear my glasses. Really need to start wearing my glasses more often. She met a family of 5 on a flat-bottomed skiff. The boat was loaded to capacity with the black plastic bags and a few larger pieces of furniture wrapped in a blue tarp. 3 paddled. The 2 adults and the older child. The younger children slept. They've been traveling all night, first by car, and then for the last few hours by boat. Hungry and tired, they didn't plan to stop until they reached West Virginia, where a relative had offered to take them in, but the adults were happy to take a break from paddling in weary silence. They asked her about her river journey. She told them about the memorial. They were sympathetic. No minors in their family, but he was once injured at a warehouse job, and he had to fight for disability pay. They knew what these companies were like, and what it was like to have to assert your humanity to them. They wished her well and paddled on towards West Virginia. She gave in, shut off the motor, and floated for a while. Then she knew what she'd been craving, a moment of silence. Act 4, Scene 8. Sam and Edith's. Restaurant. What type of boat? Just in time. We've already finished eating, but we're about to place a to-go order for Clara. She's back on board, getting ready for her show. Take a look at the menu. I'm sure there's something you'll like. Edith's a bit of a local celebrity for her cooking, I mean. Hey. Oh, God. Hey, Ezra was just asking about you. He's around the corner playing a video game. Maybe go let him know you two are back, or where's the old man anyway? Johnny. Oh, bad luck. You'll get it next time. To Shannon. Hey, got a quarter? He's almost got this. It's true. Sure, I have 1 quarter. Thank you. So, where's... He left. No. Well, he might have just left, but it looked like they took him. Damn. Yeah, he really got himself in a situation there. Yeah, I'm gonna go sit down. Cool. The food is good here. I think everyone else is finishing up, but you could probably get something to go. Alright, Claw Maestro, let's give it another shot. So let's see what's on top of the pile here. There's a stuffed octopus, a plastic bag full of clamshells, a cowboy hat, and some big headphones. That octopus has a leg wrapped around the boombox underneath it. The shells are pretty clear, but I don't know if the claw can really grip the bag well. The cowboy hat is in the corner, so it's kind of tricky to tell if it's wedged in or not. Those headphones might be a good bet, but I can't see the cord. It could be wrapped around something. What are you going to try for? Let's try the cowboy hat. Sounds good. I hope we can get the claw back far enough to get a grip on it. Okay. When I put this quarter in, you'll have about 8 seconds to grab your prize. The hat is in the back right corner. Let me know if you need help lining it up. I've got a slightly different view of the field from up here. Ready? Here we go. Johnny inserts the coin and the machine awakens. Timer. 8. The claw hovers in the front left corner of the machine. Front left corner of the machine. Wait. Right. The claw hovers halfway across the front of the machine. Right. Wasn't it in the back right corner? Oh God, I forgot. Does this look right? You need to push it back further. Oh crap. So I need to go back and back. Okay. So up. And up. Does this look right? Yeah, looks good to me. Go for it. Okay. Make sure I don't push the button at the wrong moment. Push the button, drop the claw. The claw dropped. It grabs the hat. The claw is only able to get a hold of the brim. It's not a strong enough grip to pull the hat out of the machine. Sorry, kid. That hat would have looked good on you, too. But I guess it's just too far back in that corner. Hey, listen. It sounds like the old man you were following around, I guess he had to leave. Is he okay? Yeah, he's okay. I mean, I'm sure he could be better, but I don't think we need to worry about him. Anyway, I don't know what kind of plans you have now, but if you need help figuring out your next move, you can always talk to me and Miss Junebug. I just wanted to make sure you know that. Could I keep going with you? Hey, I've got no objection. We have a pretty ad hoc thing going on, me and Junebug. I'd have to talk to her, but I bet you're welcome to tag along for a while, if you're into it. Hey, maybe we still have time to poke around this place a little. They have some pretty wild stuff in here. Hey, did you see this? They keep a table full of fake food over here. I've never known why. Actually, I think it might be real food coated with shellac or something. Preserved. Oh, and look, this tentacle-looking thing is half-eaten. This is someone's meal that they didn't finish. I dare you to take a bite. You first. Okay. Whoa, hold on. I'm just kidding. If Sam and Ida preserved this half-eaten meal, it must have been pretty important to them, right? Maybe it belonged to someone they care about. Like a beloved uncle had a mid-meal stroke, so they kept it in his memory. What the hell? My folks left behind a bag of sunflower seeds, but I threw it away. I should have kept it, right? Oh, no, I didn't mean like that, kid. You don't need to hang on to every little memento. I'm sure you still remember them just fine. Are you worried about them? Yeah, it's weird that they just disappeared. Yeah, listen, that's okay to be worried. You're doing fine. Weird. Somehow I thought it was his truck and delivery and all. It was. That's what she's saying, but he gave it to her before they took him away. To Shannon. But you're going to deliver it anyway? Why? He's my friend. He needs my help to finish his job. That's right. He's our friend too. Johnny and I will help you unload when we get there. To Johnny. Lift with your legs, Cricket. Yes, ma'am. So how was everything? How was the sweet cave snail? What the hell? Devastating. You're a killer, Ida. Well, I can't take all the credit. Sam came across a whole cave snail colony down there about a year back, and we've been leaving rock candy for them to gorge on since. We just started harvesting earlier this month. Yes, it's all about patience down here. Everything grows more slowly in the dark. There's a fish in Lake Leith that lives to 200 years, and its flavor profile only develops at about 75. I've got a pot of bones in there that's been stewing for at least a week. I don't even remember why I put them on. Come to think of it, I don't think even remember what kind of bones they are. Okay. Oh, we need one for the road. Clara said she wanted, something primordial, she said. What does that mean? Kate reviews the menu. Maybe she meant something old-fashioned. Ah, could be. Hands Shannon the menu. Here you pick. I'm no good at this. Shannon inspects the menu. I think she'd like none of this stuff looks very good. Then again, the old cave fish with small salad and scallop does sound like she might like that. Maybe... how about... let's just try the pork and shrimp gumbo. That actually sounds really good, too. Good choice. Your friend will love it. I have it right out, sweetie. Ezra leans over the table and carefully examines the preserved food and drink. He gently compresses a pea-sized eyeball on a plate. What? The eye is hard, like glass. Oh, you like candied fish eye? Most kids are repulsed just looking at them, which is a shame, because they're really delicious. I have a bowl of them in the kitchen. I'll bring some out. Oh, God. Sorry I started you, sweetie. Why didn't they finish their meal? Well, they had more than twice as much food as they really needed, so even half was too much. This food is about 15 years old. It's true. Things were different then. Nobody came to eat here. We were fighting just to keep the lights on. Sam, my husband, Sam was depressed. He couldn't catch anything. That was part of the problem. Most of what we served was shipped and frozen or dried, and I just threw it in the fryer. We've both come a long way since then. Well, the two young men came in for dinner. Seasoned divers, they said. Over 10,000 hours between them and Lake Leith alone. They've been out all day, salvaging parts from a riverboat wreck, and had worked up a fierce hunger, they said. They ordered the whole menu, without even looking. It was a short menu in those days. I set them right here, and went back to the kitchen. Sam was at the next table doing a Sudoku and drinking malt liquor, his usual routine at the time. An hour later, I was cleaning up when Sam came bursting into the kitchen. Ida, he said, kind of frantic, these divers are still hungry. Bring them another course. And I said, they already ordered the whole menu. Sam said, make something new. Keep making up dishes. Whatever. I just keep bringing out food. So I did until the small hours of the morning. I made up so many new dishes that night. I could write a book, and it was good, inspired. But I was working so hot and fast at the burning edge of inspiration, I didn't think to write any of it down, and I was so wrecked with exhaustion the next day. I knew I couldn't remember what all I'd done in the kitchen. Sam thought we could take a photograph of the leftovers, but we couldn't get the lighting right, so we just shellacked the whole table. Now, when I need inspiration for the menu, I come and I look here and think about all those ingenious dishes I threw together for those divers. Of course, they didn't pay their full bill. I heard one of them complaining to the other, let's just pay half and let them charge the other half to whatever demon in the kitchen kept making up food faster than we could ask for it. But it all worked out. Things have really turned around since then. This place is actually pretty popular now. The success and our expanded menu inspired Sam too. He started bringing back the most magnificent ingredients from his nightly dives. I better get to work. Stay right here, sweetie. I'll bring you a treat on my way back out. Oh, God. What the hell? Well, buddy, I guess you're the catch of the day. The one and only. So what are you? You look like, well, some kind of eel, I guess. Kind of a mopey little guy, huh? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes. You smell like kind of dusty, dry. Where the hell have you been swimming? Skin feels like Sandpaper. Huh. Well, she'll figure something out. I think I'll call you... Silent, lazy, deep eel. I'll call you Blue Eel. Welcome to Sam Anita's, the one and only Blue Eel. I hope you enjoy your stay. I mean, not too much. Have you ever seen a creature like me before? You were pretty far down there. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm the first, except there were 2 divers who went before me, long ago. Maybe that was before your time. How old are you anyway? I wonder. They ate here once, back in the bad old days. 2 young guys. Could have been brothers. Maybe I was over the corner with my coffee and crossword. I hadn't been able to catch a thing, so I'd have just fried up something from frozen. Well, those guys were hungry enough to eat it and asked for more, and they did it at least as much as talking as eating. See, like I said, they were divers, and like I said, they might have been brothers. They have a kind of rivalry going between them or something. Ida was about to write up their check, but I slipped calmly and quietly into the kitchen for a minute and told her to just keep bringing out the food. I figured they wouldn't notice, caught up in their boasting as they were, and I wanted to listen. They went back and forth for hours about all the deep and dangerous dives they'd been on, new tunnels they'd discovered, all the weird creatures they'd encountered at the weirdest depths of Lake Leith. It was like a dance, no? Like a boxing match. Each story went deeper than the last. And I listened to every word of it, memorized every description of every tunnel and diving route they discovered. That's my map now, you see. For 15 years, I've been using those 2 young divers discussed right there at that table. Yeah, I could write a guidebook to the depths of this lake, but I don't dare. Someone would steal my good diving spots, and then where would we be? See, people came here from all over just to try our daily catch, because they know it's unique. Ain't you proud? Since I can't write any of them down, I just reserved that table where they had their meals so I can look at it to jog my memory. Like they were eating pickled crab when they talked about the shipwreck full of salamanders. Pretty clever, huh? It's my own secret code. Well, I'll be straight with you, Blue Earl, Lord. There's one feature of this arrangement that I find unsettling. In fact, I lose a decent amount of sleep over it. I told you those boys were competing, right? One-upping each other, I mean. Each getting wilder and more adventurous as they traded tales. Well, I navigate mostly in the dark down there, just going by touch and a kind of mental picture I can construct from their detailed boasts. And every time I explore a new diving spot from those recollections, I have to weigh it all against the risk that I'm headed right into a dangerous falsehood. One of those men could have felt for a moment like he was losing some ground in their little duel, so he could have slipped a fake one in there. Maybe told a fib about some dive he went on and found a colony of blind shrimp living in a discarded refrigerator. And when I get down there, my diving bell cracks open on a sharp rock where he said that fridge would be. And that's the end of Sam and Edith. Oh, God. To be honest, that possibility puts the fear of death in me every time I touch water. Oh, God. Oh, Lordy. This chapter has been a collection of stories. Hey, Sam, good all tonight. We'll see what she can make of it. Yeah, pretty good, I think. I hit some trouble down by the narrow tunnel. Some kind of fast-growing freshwater barnacles just about sealed it up. I picked away for half an hour before I gave up and went around the other way. But I got the catch of the day. That's the important part. That's what people's travel for. Are there a lot of fish in this lake? It seems so quiet. Yeah, there's a fish or two. Not too many. It's not like a surface lake where you've got sunlight propping up the food chain. Life down here grows slowly, patiently, quietly. Will you stay for a drink? I've got a dark rum that goes well with coffee. I think we're about to leave, but thanks. Just passing through. Hey, aren't we all? Oh, she's got your food ready. You all enjoy your meal, all right? The Bedquilt Ramblers played This World Is Not My Home.
This world is not my home. I'm just passing through. My treasures and my hopes are placed beyond the blue. Many friends and kin have gone on before, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, oh Lord, what will I do? Angels beckon me to heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. I have a loving mother up in glory land, and I don't expect to stop until I shake her hand. She's waiting now for me in heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you
Another song that alludes to death and moving on.
I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, oh Lord, what will I do?
Again, I still don't know what's going on, but there are just so many allusions to death and moving on. See that? Just looks like a swirling mess of garbage, doesn't it? Well, that's what it is. I don't know why trash seems to collect right there of all the spots on the lake. It's always been that way. Everyone just navigates around it like it was an island or something. I think I see some desks and chairs swirling around the edge there. Those all-in-one desks like they have in schools, if I remember right. It's been a few years since I saw the inside of one. Oh God, I hated them desks. Those must have washed down from somewhere. I've known there to be a school on the lake. Oh, there was Gemini School of Beauty. It was run by sisters, Casey and Paula. Indistinguishable except for their haircuts, but I wouldn't think they'd have used desks like that. We used to stop there most every night to let someone off for a cheap haircut. Student stylish, you know. They spared many a sailor the pain of a botched do-it-yourself do. But I guess they got in deep to the power company. Those blow dryers and curling irons burn a lot of coal. It's a shame that they had to close down. The haircuts are gone, but their hair keeps growing. Yeah, this cluttered place makes a decent local museum. It's as good a history as it could ever tell. We arrived at a small houseboat neighborhood that sometimes hosted concerts for the pleasures of its residents, where Clara was scheduled that night to perform. There also seems to be a theme of like the old being replaced with the new and stuff, so. Junebug and Johnny watched the show from the dockyard with the others. A neighborhood. Tape recording of cat purring. Clara plays theremin music. Oh. I remember this. I told you. Yeah, you don't have to say it. Only because it's always true. She played at the flower shop. Serrano opened. He was having trouble with his tape machine, so he just drowned out on the lap steel. He got really into it, and he went on for like forever. Everyone was falling asleep. Not everyone. I remember the air was warm, perfumed. You were playing with some pedals you found on the floor, and I was looking at the ceiling. I remember the ceiling was glass. During the week, that room was a greenhouse. I don't know where they put all the plants when they had bands in. Maybe outside if the weather was nice. It was nice that night. Warm. Smelled like spring. I remember the folding chairs. So uncomfortable, but I guess it was their only option. They had to pick everything up during the week, so there'd be room to display the flowers. The tape stuff sounds good. The kid's doing a good job. I only recorded like 2 things. Tape recording of animatronic mammoth. Yep, he's a natural born tape player. So, we were talking about him earlier at the gas station. Sure, I haven't forgotten, Cricket. Cool, yeah, I know. What do you think about Ezra traveling with us for a while? We were in the back. Passing messages in code. We used a code of our own design, inscrutable to observers, transmitted by subsonic whistles. Okay. Let's just say movements of the eye. You told me a joke. It was the one about the prisoners exchanging dirty moonshine recipes. I told you the one about the 3 bears in the outhouse. Then you told me the one about the dentist with the rude prosthetic. We had to leave the room. If I sound hesitant or something, it's just... When I met you, When we met, we were nothing. Just these little gray shadows. And we grew and filled in. But we did all that together. Ezra, sure, he's just a kid, but he's already a person. What will that do to our system? Our chemistry? We took a wrong turn in the hallway and ended up in the basement. I remember the air was cool and damp like a cave. I remember the lingering perfume of the greenhouse giving away to an earthy plant smell, like we were digging down into the roots. It was a little spooky, though, so we went outside instead. No. A grimy door in the corner caught my eye. I remember the door was stuck. There was a large gap underneath it. You forced the door open. It wasn't as stuck as we thought. The door burst open, and we fell through. Hey, I got the masters for the new record back from Lazar. They're okay, but What? You listened to them without me? You were at the pet shop. I didn't think I could tear you free. Oh, okay. Anyway, there are a few spots where the strings distorted a little, and the whole thing has way too much reverb. But overall, it sounds pretty good. The new drum machine fits right into the mix. Nice. The only question is how to do it live. I can't control the drum machine and sing and dance at the same time, and you've got your hands full of guitar. We left the lights off. We felt around in the dark, careful to keep one hand on a wall so we weren't totally adrift in the darkness. I remember tripping over something, I guess we'll never know what, and stumbling, and you caught me. After a few minutes, we found ourselves back in the basement. We got back in the greenhouse just as Clara was tuning up. She relaxed her shoulders, took a deep breath, and raised both hands into their precise positions, and the room started shaking. Clara hit a note that made the glass rattle in sympathy, a perfect 2 octaves lower. She looked like a sorceress, tearing down the building with an effortless wave and incredible focus, coaxing the empty air into some kind of moaning, rattling demon. That's the thing about the theremin. It's the only instrument you never touch. You could see a wave of concern propagating through the greenhouse. People looking up at the trembling glass ceiling, looking at each other to see if anyone else was worried, trying to catch Clara's eye and discern if she was doing it on purpose or not, if she were really trying to bury us all in glass. So how do you think we'll swing that, playing the drum machine live? We'll figure something out. Maybe glue it to the back of your guitar. Oh yeah, we'll swap the button out for foot pedals. Or put the drums on tape beforehand, like Serrano does. Oh yeah, I guess we have a lot of options. Life is full of possibilities, Cricket. Yes, ma'am. It was a tense 5 minutes. We, the audience, alternated between fearing for our lives and lamenting hers that could have given her the kind of emotional experience to play this devastating song. Then slowly, gently, Clara's hands came to rest. The theremin went quiet, the glass stopped rattling, and the room relaxed, unharmed. What? The amount of pain my brain is going through trying to understand what's going on. I met a photographer once. I mean, one in particular. She even took my portrait. I can't imagine why. She said it would immortalize me. That was a metaphor, of course. She meant I'd never be forgotten. As she was disembarking, not far from here, Actually, the film fell out of her bag and was borne away by the current. I was working on deck at the time. She shot me a sad, apologetic glance, but I wasn't bothered. It's no shame to be forgotten. Silo of the Late Reflections. Echoing unintelligible voices. What's this place like? Dogwood Drive. It's in a small town. Or... I really don't know. I've got the manifest the old man had in his truck here. Reading. Lysette's Antiques. Mail order delivery. No return address. Shipping address. 5 Dogwood Drive. Packing list. And then it's just numbers. I guess the inventory numbers of the antiques he was supposed to be delivering. Anyway, I'm glad you're coming with us. Yes, I'm always eager to see more of the country, and I enjoy the company. I will always have to find a bus or a train to get on to Nashville by evening. Well, they have buses everywhere, right? Or, hey, I could drive you to Nashville. Seems I have a truck now. Only, how are we going to get it up these stairs? That's quite a staircase. Is there something we could do with rope? Sure, I can think of a few things. Nothing that'll get that truck up the staircase, though. Looks like we're making the rest of this trip on foot. I don't even know what's in there. What if it's too much to carry? Nah, we've been loading and unloading gear since the stars were young. We're on our own roadies, right? We've got expertise. And considering there was a guy with a bicycle and a dog pedaling in the river, I guess we can pretty much do whatever we want. To Johnny. Alright, Cricket. Let's get these deliveries packed and tied into bundles. We're hiking it upstairs. What's in there? Antiques, I guess. Antiques. Yeah, antiques are... It's like junk, but people will pay for it. Oh. To Clara. Sorry, I guess you'll be taking the bus after all. It's okay. It will be an adventure. Shannon sighs and stretches. Tired? Don't worry, lady. We're almost there. Are we, though? Yeah, those looks like... Yeah, that looks like not just a small amount of stairs. That's a few stairs. Morning bird songs. End of Act 4. Well, alright. So that's the end of Act 4. And in the next one, we will finally be on Act 5. And I guess I'm going to have to go back and play these the little interludes or whatnot. Apparently, I guess when I had the original game, I just never did them. I thought I did them. Again, years since I played it, so I have no idea. But yeah, next video we'll pick up on Un Pueblo de Nada. Un pueblo de nada. I have no idea what that means. I'm pretty sure I could Google it real quick and find out. And I will do that in the next video. So thank you for watching. See ya.